The disappearance of Rome's Ninth Legion, the Legio IX Hispana, is a historical enigma that has captivated imaginations for centuries. The mystery of a 5,000-strong professional army, one of the most formidable military units of the ancient world, vanishing from the historical record, is a puzzle that scholars and enthusiasts have tirelessly sought to solve. The Legion's fate, lost somewhere in the fog between documented history and archaeological silence, has spawned numerous theories, from brutal annihilation in the misty highlands of Caledonia to a quiet dissolution in the deserts of the East. By examining the Legion's long and decorated history, the last traces of its existence, and the major theories surrounding its disappearance, we can explore one of the ancient world's most enduring cold cases. The Legio IX Hispana was no minor regiment. It was a veteran force with a history stretching back to the final days of the Roman Republic. Its origins are somewhat obscure, but a Ninth Legion is recorded as early as 90 BC during the Social War. The Legion truly enters the historical spotlight under the command of Julius Caesar, who used it extensively during his famous Gallic Wars. It fought with him at the critical battles of Dyrrhachium and Pharsalus, cementing its reputation as a reliable and battle-hardened force. Following the civil wars, the Legion was reconstituted by Augustus and earned its honorary title Hispana during campaigns in Hispania. This long and storied past makes its eventual disappearance all the more striking. The Ninth's history became deeply intertwined with the Roman province of Britannia, where it formed a key part of the occupying force for decades. It participated in the initial invasion under Emperor Claudius in AD 43 and was later involved in suppressing the famous rebellion of Queen Boudica in AD 61. During this revolt, the Legion suffered a devastating defeat at the Battle of Caledonian, where a large portion of its infantry was wiped out in an ill-fated attempt to relieve the besieged city. However, the Legion proved resilient. It was reinforced with troops from Germania and continued its service. Under the command of Cerialis and later Agricola, it campaigned against the Brigantes tribe in northern England and participated in the invasion of Caledonia, modern-day Scotland, where it survived a perilous night attack on its camp. The Legion established its long-term fortress at Eboracum, modern-day York, a key strategic location in Roman Britain, and the last definitive evidence of its existence comes from an inscription dated to AD 108, recording the Legion's work in rebuilding the fortress gate there in stone. After this point, the Ninth Legion vanishes from the verified historical record. The core of the mystery lies in the period between AD 108 and the reign of Emperor Septimius Severus, which began in AD 193. By the time of Severus, the Ninth was unquestionably gone, as it is absent from two independent lists of active legions from his era. The search for an answer has given rise to several compelling theories, each with its own evidence and proponents. The most famous theory, popularized by Rosemary Sutcliffe's 1954 novel The Eagle of the Ninth and later film adaptations, is that the Legion was annihilated in Britain. This idea was initially championed by the 19th century German historian Theodor Mommsen, who suggested the Legion was wiped out in a war against northern tribes like the Brigantes or the Caledonians soon after AD 108. Support for this theory is drawn from contemporary historical fragments. The Roman writer Fronto, in a letter to Emperor Marcus Aurelius, noted that during Hadrian's reign, great numbers of soldiers were killed by the Britons. Another source, the Scriptores Historiae Augustae, states that at the beginning of Hadrian's rule, the Britons could not be kept under Roman control. This evidence points to significant military turmoil in Britain right around the time the Ninth Legion disappears. Furthermore, Hadrian's decision to visit Britain in AD 122 and to begin construction of his famous wall is often interpreted as a direct response to a major military disaster that required imperial attention and a new defensive strategy. As archaeologist Dr. Miles Russell argues, the arrival of a new legion, the 6th, to take up residence at York, the 9th's old fortress, strongly suggests the 9th had been lost in a catastrophic event during the preceding unrest. However, the annihilation in Britain theory has been seriously challenged by archaeological discoveries made on the European continent. Excavations at the site of Noviomagus Batavorum, modern Nijmegen in the Netherlands, have uncovered tiles, a silver-plated bronze pendant, and an altar, all bearing the insignia of the 9th Legion. This evidence seems to indicate that at least a detachment, if not the entire legion, was stationed there sometime after AD 104. This finding has led to a major reinterpretation of the legion's fate, suggesting it was not destroyed in Britain, but was simply transferred to another frontier. If the entire legion was present at Nijmegen, it could not have been annihilated in Britain before AD 120. This opens the possibility that the 9th met its end in a later conflict. Historians have proposed several potential conflicts where this could have occurred, including the Bar Kokhba revolt in Judea, AD 132–135, or during Marcus Aurelius's war against the Parthian Empire in the AD 160s. Yet, the Nijmegen evidence is not without its own ambiguities. Some scholars caution that the finds could belong to a mere detachment of the 9th, not the entire legion, and that this detachment could have been sent to the Rhine after the main legion was already destroyed in Britain. The exact dating of the Nijmegen materials is also not precise enough to definitively rule out the British annihilation theory. Other, more speculative theories have also been proposed. One suggests the legion was destroyed not in a major battle, but during a large, albeit poorly documented, insurrection in the province of Britannia itself. Historian Simon Elliott has explored the theory of a Hadrianic War in Britain, pointing to archaeological evidence in London, such as human skulls found in a Walbrook stream and signs of a major fire. That might indicate a significant uprising around the time of Hadrian's accession. In this scenario, the 9th Legion could have been moved south from York to deal with the rebellion and been destroyed in the process. Another theory, based on recent archaeological surveys, posits that the 9th may have been involved in a previously unknown battle in Derbyshire during the initial Roman advance, though this would have been early in its history and not led to its disappearance. Ultimately, the fate of the 9th Legion remains shrouded in uncertainty. The most balanced conclusion from the available evidence is that the legion was likely destroyed or disbanded sometime during the reign of Emperor Hadrian, AD 117–138. The historical reports of serious trouble in Britain at the start of his reign, combined with his personal intervention and the building of Hadrian's Wall, present a compelling, if circumstantial, case for a major military catastrophe in the province. The Nijmegen evidence, while important, does not conclusively prove the legion survived long beyond AD 120. It is entirely plausible that the legion was destroyed in Britain, and the materials found in the Netherlands belonged to a small vexillation that was later absorbed into other units. The romantic notion of the entire legion marching into the Scottish mists to be wiped out by Celtic tribes, as immortalized in fiction, may be an oversimplification, but the core idea that the 9th met its end in a bloody and disastrous conflict in the unruly north of Britain remains a valid and compelling possibility. The disappearance of the Legio IX Hispana continues to be a powerful reminder of the limits of our historical knowledge and the enduring allure of an unsolved mystery.